Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Mixed by FLUX. I'm your host for today. I'm ViceByLara, and I'm joined today here by the lovely one and only Giggs.
Yo.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good.
I had a long yesterday, so
You told me.
yeah. So I'm still getting back in the energy level, but I think this is a great way to get back into the
Awesome.
atmosphere.
Yeah, because how are you feeling? You recovered?
Good. Yes, I feel much more recovered because I think many of you guys know as well that when you wake up somewhere not in your own place or maybe in a hostel just looking at someone, then it's not your own vibes. You're still in your dirty clothes and you feel like you're still in that sweat. So yeah, I got home. I had an amazing shower and I'm ready to go.
Great. It's awesome to have you here. So tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know you, but the people behind their screen at home, at Twitch, don't know you. So who are you? Where do you come from? How old are you? What do you play? Tell me everything.
Who am I? Okay, well, sit down everybody, here we go. My name is Giggs, that's my DJ name. My real name is Rashid. It's a very pleasure to meet you all. And yeah, I've only been in music for a year and 4 or 5 months or something, which is not a long time at all. But as a 24-year-old guy, having quit football because that used to be basically my life, I just had this energy. I couldn't sleep at night because I was like, where do I drop all this energy? And then 174 BPMs came along, and I just instantly found my passion. It's not just the music, as I like to say, it's the music made me peak, but it's mostly the people that made me stay. And ever since I got myself a little turntable, I started DJing myself. I went to a lot of raves. I got to know you, for example, and many beautiful other people. And what was I gonna say? I just found my new passion, and nowadays as a DJ I turn everything from the side of liquid, but also completely on the other side of the spectrum. I love neuro, minimal, deep drum and bass as well, so I'm very multi-genre. I love turning everything.
I know you do.
Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell, but
Awesome.
on the DJ side at least. I also study. I'm doing a pre-master's in biomedical sciences right now.
What doesn't this man do?
And because at the start of this year I was like, wait, how am I going to be able to keep working on the music? Because I love doing it, but I'm not going to be able to be in the weekends spending them all wherever, whenever, waking up wherever, whenever. So I was like, I need to find a way to stay connected to the music and also be able to turn drum and bass. And I love presenting, and like I just mentioned, I love meeting new people, and I was like, why not do something with that? And that's when the idea for a show came along, which is called the Thursday Night Dnb Show, and it's actually the place where I invite beautiful individuals like yourself, and I ask them about their journey, experiences, and everything that's happening here today actually. So it's very fun to be on this side of the microphone.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you on this side, because it's good that you mentioned your show yourself already, because he's hosting the Thursday Night Drum and Bass Show, but tonight I'm hosting the Reverse Day Night Drum and Bass Show. So basically this show is interviewing his guests and having fun, and then spinning some tunes. But normally you're the host, and tonight I'm the host. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, and you just gave a lot of information. And I'm gonna take you back to basically the moment we met, because that was really unexpected. I never expected to meet you where I met you. But I remember we exchanged phone numbers. You can tell the story about how we met in a second. But we exchanged phone numbers and social media. And I remember I scrolled through your social media, and I saw all these pictures of you being in soccer and wanting to become pro and as a goalkeeper. So tell me, what changed from wanting to be a pro to wanting to become a DJ?
That's a very interesting story and a great question. Because I literally have been playing football for all my life until I think until I was 22, and I literally did that 7 days a week, twice a day. And I also, from my 16th on forward, so when I completed my high school, I also got the chance to play in England. So right when I was 16, I moved to England and I played for a couple of professional clubs there up until my 19th, so 3 years. And I was just living as a pro. I was literally, I can't even imagine it nowadays, that I wake up, I get picked up by a bus, and with the team there we have this incredible room where our own space, and everything is sorted for you, everything is done. There's literally a a dentist on the club, food is provided for you, everything was being done for me, and I love the lifestyle. I love playing football. I it was my passion back then. But indeed something changed because I got back here. Just like you mentioned, I'm a goalkeeper, and the truth is I'm just not the tallest, and that's very important if you are a goalkeeper. Yeah. So there were much taller people than me, and they just got more chances. And throughout the years, my love for the sport, it just slightly started decreasing and disappearing little by little, and until a point that I was just looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, am I going to be able to do this for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. Do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Because I'm not even playing most of the time on the bench. Because maybe some of you know as well, in football you only need one goalkeeper, and it was hardly ever me. So that was actually the sad truth. Yeah. And then I got a knee injury, just like most of the people really start quitting then. Yeah. I got a knee injury, and I also started studying, and I found out that I also have a great passion for study. And
yeah, because you work your ass off.
Yeah. I really enjoy studying and having an interest in something, and just like DJing, just like the show, or just like whatever, if I have a passion and I like something, I go full on for it. So football started disappearing slowly and slowly. I started being more focused on my studies, and as a replacement for the football, I found the music. So that's
a great story, and I think it's also a really responsible choice to think about, am I going to make a living off of being a goalkeeper, or can I do this for the rest of my life? So I think that's really responsible. But like, how did you get into like drum and bass and the music? Because I think it's quite a normal path for everyone in the scene to like enjoy raves and be like, oh, maybe I can do this myself. Like, how did it go for you?
That actually starts right around the time that I met one of my best friends now, which is Merlijn. He's also a DJ, Oneri, a great guy and an amazing DJ. And right when he was starting off, he invited me because this was also in Corona time. He invited me to a rave that he was hosting in a student house in a student accommodation, which was called Liquidity at Home. Because that was right around the time that Liquidity was going to be, and it wasn't because Corona. So he made his own little version of it, and he invited me, and I went there together with my girlfriend, and we just fell in love. The vibes, the build up towards the drop, and then the drop itself. It's so. Drum and bass is every music genre. Let me say it differently. In drum and bass, you can literally have every other music genre, whether it's more ambient or more hard or more on the pop side. Yeah, everything is there, and I think there's a sound for everybody, literally. And I got into it through him, and that was also a few months later. So that was actually my introduction to drum and bass. That's how I got to know the sound. Yeah. A few months went on from there, and I started listening to it on Spotify. And right around February somewhere, I started subletting a room in his house. So we became neighbors, and he was doing so much with his music. And slowly but steadily, I started peaking more and getting more and more interested. And I was like, ooh, I want to do that as well. So he lended me his tiny DTJ 400. And yeah, the rest is history, I can say. Yeah.
Nice. Did he also teach you how to mix, or did you do that totally on yourself?
Funny story. I actually he didn't teach me right around the start. Of course, throughout the months and years, I have learned a lot from him. But I really like structured learning. So not necessarily just opening up a tutorial and not doing anything with it. So I bought a DJing course from Crossfader. I don't know if anybody knows that.
Yeah.
And it was so nice, so structured. I just literally in 2 days I completed the whole course. So I was doing it a
you
lot,
were fascinated.
a lot. Yeah, crazy. And from there on, if the basics are there, things like beat matching, working around with decks, and just having your music and seeing phrasing, for example. Through that structured learning, it just went on for me. So that was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great because, well, things are going great for you, if I can say so, because I think we started around the same time, more or less. And you also had some gigs. Like, tell me, where have you played?
Yeah, quite some places now. Of course, everybody starts off at his own house parties and those kinds of stuff. But the real venues really started coming from this January on. And at the time, I had only been DJing for 6 months. So after 6 months, I went to my first venue. And that mostly went through connecting, just networking in general. And I had some friends that were in the organization, and I asked them whether or not I can have a spot. So through there, I had a number of gigs, one also with you in Almere. Not my best gig, nevertheless. I learned a lot from it. And if I look back now to January, which is not even that long ago, literally just this January, so much has changed. If I look at how I turn behind the decks, my confidence behind the decks, and just understanding the music in general. And I can really say that comes from putting yourself out there. Like it can be quite scary, especially if you don't know how to do it or when to do it. But the best way that I really started learning music is just by throwing myself out there and seeing what sticks to the walls, making mixes on SoundCloud or anything else. And back-to-backing with DJs, of course. So,
Yeah, so you would say that you are a lot more comfortable behind the decks right now. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because I'd like to know, was your how was your experience the first time behind CDJs? Because I remember my own experience. Like, I shit my pants the first time I stood behind CDJs. Like, how was that for you? How did you experience your transition from DJing at house parties to like big venues with like big equipment?
Yeah. It was at a gala actually, where I was turning for some kind of student union, and also there I just asked, hey, can I maybe have a spot as an opener or something? I would really like to. And they gave it to me indeed. So I was turning completely something different to drum and bass, but nevertheless, it was my first time behind the CDJs. And what I did, I looked at a lot of tutorials online. What are these things? How does it do their work? And right around that time, that guy I was talking about, Merlijn or Neri, he was teaching a guy how to. He was just giving lessons in DJing to someone else, and right before I had my own gig at that gala, I asked him, could I maybe come with you to the studio that you teach at? And lucky for me, he had some time, and I was able to go to that studio, and I had 3 beautiful CJ 2000 Nexuses in front of me, and luckily for me, I had some time to get used to them before I really had to stand behind them. So my experiences have been, the first time was pretty good for me.
Okay, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear, because it's funny you also mentioned that your first time was actually spinning a whole other genre than drum and bass, because I know for a fact that you are associated with students. I don't know if you're a member of a students association, but I see you hosting all these parties for students at your basically your residence, like at your campus. Tell me a bit about that, because you seem pretty busy with like I think it's called
Uilenkatten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. So I basically live at a student campus myself, which is called Uilenstede. It's dichtbij the Free University in Amsterdam. And at that campus, there's also a event organization, which is called Uilenkatten then. And they host a lot of events and parties and those kinds of stuff. And they organize everything from the build-up of the whole place in general, or the equipment. They do everything, and also inviting the DJs. So I had my first experience with them, I think 2 or 3 months after I started DJing in general. They had this DJ contest, and I was able to play for them then. Didn't win, unfortunately, but I did get the network, and through there I became good friends with the guys, and if they have a event or something and they have a spot free, then they just hook me up and they're like, yo, do you want to be the hype man that you always are? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So that's how it most of the time goes.
Yeah, because you seem pretty busy with music in general, and then we're not even talking about your personal life, because you're also like studying. You told me your schedule once when you invited me to your show, and you told me, yeah, I think it was something like, there are some weeks that I just work for 6 hours, then I sleep 2 hours, then I work for 6 hours, then I sleep for 2 hours. Like, how do you combine all of this? Because you're so busy. Like, how do you cope DJing drum and bass, but also DJing at student parties? And then I didn't even talk about your own show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, how are you still standing?
Barely, but like the Hulk always says, like, he's always angry. I don't know if you know that meme, but I'm always tired. That's basically it. But I don't mind, because I get a lot of energy from outside.
Yeah.
So to basically sum it up, I work through a alternative sleep schedule, and that's how I'm able to do so much. So on my bio, for example, on my Instagram, it says scientist by day and artist by night, and that's literally it. So since September, let's recap a little more though, because I came from the applied sciences, from the HBO here in Holland, and then I went to university, and for me that was quite a big step. And at the first the course that we had, it was really hard for me, because I didn't know how to study, and I wasn't picking up anything, and all of a sudden I had to read from a book, and I've never done that before. So the first weeks were pretty hard, until I really realized that I am just a night worker. So I can spend hours and hours at the day and look at something and try to understand it, and at the end I do, but at night it takes me 4 times as less time, literally. And so that's when I realized, instead of neglecting that and trying to be normal or whatever, let's use it to my advantage. So what I do, that alternative sleep schedule, is that I 3 days a week, so 3 days, 4 nights, I sleep for 4.5 hours, then I wake up, so that's 3 REM sleeps, if anybody's interested. So I sleep for 4.5 hours, I wake up, and then I completely start my day, and throughout the day I have 3 naps of 20 minutes, and my productivity is just crazy. I just keep going and going and going, keep ticking off tasks and those kinds of stuff. I really love planning. Yeah.
I respect that. Like I really respect your hard work, and yeah, that makes you so great. I think a lot of people can learn from that.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, because I said that you have your own show like three times already. So like I want to talk about that right now, because I think it's since February, March that you have your own sort of podcast where you invite your guests, upcoming artists, but also established artists. You had some pretty big guests. How did you come up with that idea, besides like all the studying and all the performing?
I really love deadlines for myself. So, for example, when I first started DJing, there was this gig that I could play at, and first I was like, no, I'm not ready. But then I was like, I'm gonna do it because I set myself a deadline, which means I have to be ready by then. And that's an important part of what I'm gonna tell next, because like you said, I have school, I have so many things to be doing, and for me the real question became how and when am I gonna have time for drum and bass? And the answer would have been hardly, because there will always be tasks, and I'll always set aside drum and bass or music in general if it's not a deadline. So basically I came up with the idea of the show. Like I said, I love meeting new people. I really want the philosophy of the show is meeting the artists behind the decks, and because we see so many people but we never really know where they come from, what they've been doing. So that way I could get those artists a platform, and also this way I was seriously forcing myself to be behind the decks once a week at least, and also working on the music that I enjoy, instead at some student union and mixing whatever it is.
Yeah.
So this way I gave myself always one day that I had to make sure, not even for myself but also for the artists that I'm hosting that day, that it's all ready. And this way I always force myself that I have 1 week that I get to play the music, also keep networking, because I'm literally throwing myself out there with the new guests of the day, and I can play the music that I enjoy.
Yeah, that's great, because as I said, how many guests did you have already? 16. All right. And who were these guests? Can you name a few?
Yeah, definitely.
Besides me.
Well, I was gonna start with you, but then I won't. I started off by just following my own branch of networks, because knowing people, it just literally branches out, you know. So I started off with a person that paved my way into the drum and bass, which is of course Merlijn.
Yeah.
And from him I went on to a drum and bass duo, Anthropics, which are also doing very good things now. Tony and Dan, great guys. And from there on, slowly but steadily, I just asked the person that I was with, thank you for the show, I've had an amazing time. Who would you like to be the guest for the next time? And then they say someone, maybe I don't even know them, but this way, slowly but steadily, it just keeps branching out to new people, new directions.
Yeah, so it's like a snowball effect.
Literally, yeah, exactly. Well, perfectly said indeed. So I've had the pleasure so far of meeting some amazing people like yourself.
Thank you.
And also people from the south side of this country. For example, Yesh, which is an amazing, just like we were talking about, he's a walking encyclopedia. And he knows so much of the music.
Some people also have called him the like jungle sensei.
Yeah, that's how I saved him on my phone. It says Sensei Yesh. And also somebody that I've been very hyped about, but never realized how hyped I would have been if I know everything about her. It was Eddie J. And just amazing people, and so many more in the pipeline. and yeah, it's gonna be great because it's just continuing through trial and error. Music where the sound is not good the first time, and slowly it's just getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And I'm also wondering, because you meet all these people and they all have different experiences. They come from different backgrounds. I can only imagine that you also learn from these people, right? And
definitely.
like what are some things that you take away for yourself through these interviews?
I am a big believer in skipping a pilot episode. And for the people that don't know, a pilot episode is for most often the first episode of a show or anything to see if it's good, if it's any good, if people like it, the audience likes it, so they can keep on making the show. But I always want to skip that. And I always have metaphors, by the way. I'm sorry, guys, but what I'm trying to say here is that instead of making mistakes myself and learning by them over the time, I'd rather be speaking about someone who's gone through it or who has experience with it and see what mistakes I can avoid, so I can straight away or within less time do it better. So through speaking with these people, hearing how, for example, they were able to get gigs or were able to connect with people that I have been trying to connect with, or not just that, or simple mistakes in life they made, or things they have found amazing achievements with. By hearing their stories, I really feel that I can get more knowledge myself to implement in my DJ career, but also in my general life. So that's very nice.
Yeah. So can you maybe give me an example of something that someone has told you that you took to heart?
Oh, there have been so many things, but now that you ask it, of course, my mind is blank. But it's also, for example, stuff like producing, and that's a completely new world to me. Well, like I said, I love structured learning, and learning to produce is anything but structural learning.
Yeah.
So through speaking with these people, there are a gazillion things that I've taken to my heart. Unfortunately, nothing that springs to mind right now, but I'll keep you to that for later on. But for example, with the producing, they tell me stories, what kind of simple things they did or what kind of mistakes they made throughout their first steps in producing. And these are just simple tips. And I think, the most beautiful thing that I have heard and have taken to heart, I just got it, is through a conversation with Anthropics, the duo. Yeah. They have a very good friend and MC, Wolf. Yeah. Wolf MC, big shout out to you, man, honestly.
He's a great guy.
Honestly, and I'm having him over in the week before Liquidity. Awesome. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that, because that guy is just a wizard. And he said something to the duo Anthropics, because they're good friends, and it's always in my mind, and it's absolutely beautiful. No matter what you do, whether you're 19 years old and you're starting with music, or 12 years old and you already are learning to play piano, or 24 years old and you just gotten to know the sound, or whatever it is, there's no such thing as rush. No. Everybody literally does it in their own way over time. And everybody's different that way. So it's all about time. And it's all about not being in a rush, because you'll get to your point in your own pace. Everything is just your own pace.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. And I think it's also nice that you mentioned producing, because I wanted to advance to talk about the music. But before that, I want to play a little game you played with me on your show.
Oh, no.
How well do you know your library? On a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know it?
I think I'm going to go for a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, a 6. I know that my problem with tunes and with songs is that I always know it. I know the melody. I can play it. I know when the drop is going to be. I know everything except the name and the artist, sometimes even.
Okay, so you're saying 6 out of 10. Okay, so that means I'm going to ask you I'm going to give you 5 songs from your own USB.
Okay.
So you're telling me that you're going to get 3 correct.
I guess I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Guess I
Well, then I'm going to tap into your USB. I'm gonna dig deep. Because I know you spin a lot of subgenres.
I do. And
Um,
I'm so sweaty, guys. I'm so sorry.
it's hot in here.
It's
but,
hot in here.
let's see. Wait, I'll start with something simple. You should know this one. All right, I'm going to tap this one out and
Okay, I'll
start
close
this
my
one.
eyes.
I'll give it to you from this one. 16 bars before the drop.
Okay. Damn.
It's not the easiest, but I think you should know it.
I love this song. Oh, damn. I can't even come up with the artist, but I know this track.
All right, I'll give you the artist. It's
wait, I want to make one guess with the artist, okay?
no. I'll give you a hint. The artist is Coven's brother.
Active. I knew it. Okay, it's Active. I recently played this myself actually in the set.
I'll give you to the end of this phrase.
Oh my god. This is so bad. No, I don't know.
It's Sun Chaser by Active.
Oh, Sun Chaser.
Too bad. All right, you got.
Okay, that's the first one.
Okay, wait. But now, I'm going to tap into territory that I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
You should be. I feel like. Wait, let's.
Yeah,
let's
if I
just-
put my the genres for myself on a list from 1 to 3, for example, I think the things that I most love in playing are either soulful, melodic, liquid on number 1, together with minimal and deep. And on the second place is neuro, and on the third place is probably dance floor for me.
All right.
So most of the times I'm more for the soulful, liquid, and the deep, minimal, techie sounds.
All right. Well, I think you should be. Yeah, you should be able to get this one.
Okay. Okay, the first name that popped in my mind was Paul and Bryson, but I'm not sure if that's the one.
Nope. That's the melody.
Ooh, this is a remix. I love this one.
It's the remix, indeed.
It's not Particle.
It's not Particle.
Is it Alex Perez?
It's not Alex Perez.
Fuck, I'm so bad at
All right.
Oh my god.
You want me to give it to you?
Give me the artist.
It's the Skeptical remix.
Oh, the Skeptical remix. Oh my gosh. This one recently came out, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know the name.
You want me to give it to you? It's Independent from Halogenics, but it's the Skeptical remix. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
I thought you were going to get that one.
Same. But honestly, I'm so bad at remembering names.
Okay. We'll go, like, we'll take it. We'll go, like, a level down.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. It's the third one. You need 3 out of 3 right now.
Yeah, literally. Anyways.
Easy. If you're watching at home, play along.
Oh my god, I'm really gonna be so angry if I get this wrong.
You want me to give it to you? No?
No, I should be getting this.
Mark, do you know it? Yeah.
The squash.
Squash.
Squash
Yeah.
remix. Fuck!
All right.
I literally played this yesterday.
Oh,
It's
no.
Such a crazy double.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh my, I'm so disappointed in myself right now.
Let me see. I'm looking for a song.
Note to self. If I go anywhere on a live show, to put on a black shirt.
Let's just stay here. All right. I'll play it to you from the start
Ooh.
because it's really recognizable.
Sounds like Imano. Is this incessant?
Yeah,
Look at that.
it is.
Okay, the first
Oh.
one is down.
Yeah, great. All right,
Let's go.
last track. Oh, yeah, this is a banger.
Okay. I have either Fade Black or QZB.
No.
Oh, damn.
You were so confident on that one.
I love this track. But am I gonna get it? Nope.
No?
I can do this.
They recently quit.
I didn't even know that.
Or like, they had their last show ever. Last summer. They're Dutch. 3 guys.
Oh my god. Wat? Ik weet het niet.
They're from Groningen.
Bro, I didn't even know this.
3 Dutch people.
I don't even know this. No.
Noisia. Oh.
I didn't know.
Oh no. It's Nova.
It's this thing. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's with Come On Crooked.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
If you're watching at home, cut him some slack. It's hot in here.
Damn. Honestly, I did not know that Noisia is actually Dutch and from Groningen. But yeah.
Oh no!
I thought they
All right,
were
forgive him.
from England.
It's. Oh wait, what happened? Oh, the connection tapped out.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine.
Back up. Damn. Nothing happened. You just.
Nothing
missed
happened. Nothing
anything
happened. It's fine. You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
That's so bad. So bad. Nova. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
I forgive you. I don't know if the people at home will forgive you. I will forgive you. All right. Well, you got 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
So that's a 2 out of 10. That's fine. It's just a little game.
I knew this was gonna happen, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
You already told me before, like, no, I'm really bad at remembering my own library, but it's fine because I want to ask you about the music itself
Okay.
because everyone that's following Giggs on Instagram might have seen that he bought his own studio equipment.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you, because you also mentioned I'm learning to produce my own music. How's it going?
Tough.
Tough?
Yes. Like I said, I'm someone who likes deadlines. I like it when there's something to work towards.
You also told me just now that you don't have to rush.
True. But I think that's just in my natural personality itself. I really love being productive and doing stuff. But the problem with producing at the moment is, for example, that if I don't have deadlines, for example, that we speak together and we say, we're gonna try and finish a melody by this time, like those kinds of little deadlines. At the moment, I just don't have them for producing, so I spend hardly any time at the moment on producing, which is a big shame. But I'm okay with that. That because, like I also said, I'm doing a pre-masters right now, which is quite tough, and you have to finish everything within 1 year, or otherwise you have to quit that thing.
Yeah.
But good news is that I am going to finish it, and the beautiful thing about my masters, which I'm going to do next year, is that I have completely my own time, and I can literally plan everything inside my master. So when I'm going to be following any course, I can plan that myself. When I want to do my internship, I can literally plan that myself. So last week we had to give up that planning, send it through, and I made that planning for myself, and at the end I literally teared up, because this was the first time in 5 years, because I've been studying 4 years before this is my 5th year. In 5 years time, this was the first time that I saw months off on my schedule.
Yeah.
No school, no courses, anything. And the thought of having that time and being able to spend that on producing, which I am going to do, is just beautiful. Literally, it was great.
I can imagine, because I also feel like, because I'm also starting with producing, like, if I have time off, even if it's in the evening, I'm just tired from doing everything all day, and because I'm not as comfortable as I would like to be on producing, it just drains me from energy. So then I'd much more like to prefer to do something else that just doesn't cost any energy to me at all. I don't know if you feel the same about that.
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. I also have that in the sense that because I just don't know where to start and how to. Yeah, there are these tasks that feel very far but are probably much nearer than I think. But because I make it bigger and bigger in my head, and I get tired home or whatever, then I'm like, you know what? I'll just do something that I'm already comfortable with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand you.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you are producing, or where do you want to go? Like, what kind of music do you want to produce? What are your inspirations, like music-wise, or like outside of music? Where do you get your inspiration from, and where do you want to go?
There are a number of producers that I really look up to, which is, for example, Alex Perez. He really has that minimal, dark, sometimes even 140 styles, a lot term, by the way.
Yeah.
But also very liquidy side, which I really enjoy as well. So in the sense of deep and minimal, I really aspire to make music one day just the way he does. But also Technomatic, which I have become a great fan of. They've got beautiful sounds, and they are able to catch me. They're able to touch my feelings, like in a sense. You guys probably have that with some songs as well. They just really touch you in a way.
Yeah.
And Technomatic has many of these songs that do. So I don't see myself making those kinds of music. but that's probably just because I've never done it or know where to start in general. But yeah, so I'm keeping an open mind with all kinds of sounds.
Yeah.
Break, for example, I really enjoy as well. He's a great producer. And
Master.
Yeah, literally. So many aspirations, thoughts, but at the moment I'm just keeping it to the genres that I would like to create, which are the deep, minimal, techie sounds as well as the liquidy sounds. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I hope we hear something in the future from you.
Now
That would be awesome.
Well, I was getting a phone call, but I picked it up.
No worries.
There is something in the pipeline, a number of things actually.
Yeah, and I wanted to tap into that because your show has been a success, and I think you have some great news to share.
Yeah.
Have you shared it with like anyone else? Like
No,
I haven't seen it on your Instagram or anywhere. So please, if you want to,
like I said,
take the stage.
Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, I really enjoy presenting, seeing people, meeting new people, and just hearing your story. You know.
Yeah.
And I have not been in music or in drum and bass at all for that long. It's literally just almost 2 years. What is it? Oh, sorry, a year and a half, which is not a lot at all. But through the show, through meeting new people and having the podcast on Spotify as well, I connected with Liquidity, and I'm happy to say that this Liquidity Festival, I will be working there as an interviewer, where I go out to people like yourselves, if you're a visitor, and asking them how your experiences are. But not just that, I also get a chance to interview the artists, which is just amazing to me. Yeah.
That deserves a round of applause because that's big. Especially for like if you're not just starting out, but like for lack of better words, just starting out and getting the chance to work with or like even for Liquidity as an interviewer or presenter. Yeah, that how are you feeling about it?
I'm very excited. I'm just very excited.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It probably still needs to sink in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just going pretty fast, everything. I'm getting more and more gigs as a DJ myself. The podcast is just blowing up. Even people from freaking New Zealand are listening to it, or China. I didn't even know that, but I've got regular listeners from all over the world, which is very nice. Yeah. And now also getting the chance to be on the festival, working with amazing people, organization-wise, and also getting a chance to meet all these artists who are doing the things that I'm dream of doing. It's amazing, and I'm very happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great to hear. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. If there are, like, no, let me rephrase. Which artists on the Liquidity lineup would you just love to interview?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Tell me.
So many.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
You can only choose one.
Oh, that's
Tell me who and tell me why.
There are so many. Oh my God, I can't choose. I'll probably go for Technomatic. For now, yeah, because I just keep catching myself if I have my playlist on shuffle that when a song of them stumbles upon, like, I don't know any names or any artists. So whenever a song comes,
well, I think like, everyone knows right now.
Yeah. Ouch. Nevertheless, whenever a song comes up, I'm like, oh my God, it's such a great tune. Who is this? And it's Technomatic as usual, and I'll put it back in my pocket. Yeah. And there's also a set of theirs on YouTube, which I just keep on listening on repeat every time. The 2016 Liquidity performance of them, amazing. So at the moment, for now, if I would have a chance to see and meet one and have a conversation with one, they're probably them, because they.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great. Well, I congratulate you with your position at Liquidity to interview and to present the festival to everyone. It was lovely speaking to you, and it was so awesome to be hosting a rendition of the Thursday Night Dnb Show. I hope everyone. I hope you could have you told your story, and I hope that everyone just got a better picture of you, of who you are, what you are going to do, and what you are doing right now. But I think it's time that you show off your music, your skills, for the next like 45 minutes, and after that I'll be joining you for a little bit.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, so yeah, the decks are all yours right now, and it was lovely to have you. It was lovely to interview you. And
well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I'm very glad that I got a chance to be here with you guys.
Always.
And also meeting you, Mark. Nice.
Shout out to Mark sitting in the back.
All right then.
All right, take it away.
Tell you from day dot that we still feel it, feel it, feel it. One night was all it took, and we still see it, see it, see it. I'm telling you now, we mean it. One night was all it took, and you'd be crazy not to see it. I feel it now. I
lose. I can't hold on a while. Hold on a while.
now be some boy I play trust about them.
Notorious B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Small.
Rap star Biggie Small.
Rap star. Notorious B.I.G.
Notorious B.I.G.
Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. Notorious B.I.G. Yeah. Small. Yeah. Small.
Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Small.
Yeah. Small.
See notes by the layers, true fucking players.
Yeah. Small.
Rap star Biggie Small.
True fucking players.
Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Small.
Rap star Biggie Small.
Rap star.
Gangsta rap
Notorious
star.
B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G.
Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. Biggie Smalls, a.k.a. Notorious B.I.G. Yeah. Small. Yeah. Small.
Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Small.
Yeah. Small.
See notes by the layers, true fucking players.
MCs on the road can kiss my breed. You be talking about bars, but you can't compete. I'm a true religion boy, you better kiss my feet. My sound is so unique. Boy, you're up with MC, sounding obsolete. All the double time between your sound is so repeat. I'm the dark knight, what we call roam the streets. Roam the streets. When the sleeper was banished into his own dimension, I returned to daylight. The magic barrier had fallen. But for me, the adventure had only just begun.
computations for Time Warp.
3. I wanna see you dance with me. Don't sleep, stay up all night. There's only one place to be. Come down to the club at 3. I wanna see you dance with me. Don't sleep, stay up all night. I wanna see you dance with me.
Come down to the club at 3. I wanna see you dance with me. Don't sleep, stay up all night. There's only one place to be.
Come down to the club at 3. I wanna see you dance with me. Don't sleep, stay up all night. I wanna see you dance with me.
feel it. I can feel it.
We create when you're near to me.